Yes. What's going on, world? This is your man, Buddy Rahming, and we are back at it, y'all, with another episode of the Yeah Buddy podcast. And you know how we do every episode. I try to bring one of my friends in the entertainment business on. We chop it up, catch up, see what we've been going on, see what's going on in the entertainment business up here in California. And this episode is like no other. This episode, I got a very special guest, very good friend of mine right here. She does a lot, y'all. She does a lot. She's a host of two different podcasts. She hosts the Rossie's Clubhouse. She hosts Movies Lovers Unite, and then she's also a very talented actress.
Thank you.
Award nominated actress two times
collars,
over.
like Buddy says, popping collars.
Pop the collars. Award-winning actress two times over, y'all. Two times over. And I just recently found out that she's also a hand model. He's got into hand modeling.
Yes.
You dig? So right now, y'all, I want y'all to make it live for my good friend, Miss Rossie McCree in the building,
Thank
y'all.
you. What's up, you guys? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for sliding through. Thank you for sliding through
of course.
to the show. Yes. Got a lot to catch up on.
Yep.
Last time we was together and stuff like that, I believe it was around like for the place called it was after it was the podcast.
It was you came on the podcast and that was Buddy, was that like a year?
It was about a year and a half ago because I was still I remember because I came in, I was wearing my Pronto shirt.
Yeah.
I don't work there no more. I got out of the insurance business.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay, that's right. You were doing that. Okay. Yeah, so a year and a half ago, and then before that, we did the movie. Misha DeSalle. Shout out to Misha.
Shout out to Misha. Yeah.
What is it? Hidden in Plain Sight.
Hidden in Plain Sight. Yeah. So Hidden in Plain Sight. It was a 10-minute short film that it premiered at the place called Sacramento Film Festival, 2023. 22. It was 22. Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Keep up. Yeah. How about words?
22.
2022.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with that?
There was a casting on SAC casting, and I did the video audition. Misha hit me up and was like, send in another audition. So I did that. And then she called me up and was like, she was excited about you. She's like, we got Buddy on this. I want you to join us. And that's how I met her. Yeah.
So you didn't know her before that?
Never knew her. Never knew her.
Yeah. She's cool.
Did you know her?
Yeah, so I knew her from when I first started doing stand-up comedy.
Really? Okay.
Very first place I ever produced shows was at this bookstore off of Del Paso. It's not there no more, but Carol's Bookstore.
I know. I used to go there for the meetings.
That's how I found out about the spot.
That's right.
So I was doing shows. So I was doing comedy shows up there, and she was at the shows, and she had her whole like bougie bando box and stuff all like that. So she was one of the first sponsors, the unofficial sponsors of the Yeah Buddy comedy show. Like we had her bougie bando boxes for all your cannabis. And all your cannabis needs and all that good jazz. Yeah. So now you that's where we're back to doing Hidden in Plain Sight and stuff like that.
Yes.
It was very informative, very enlightening about like how closely tied it is, even though like we're on the West Coast stuff like that, but still how closely tied it was to like with slavery and everything like that. But then also being able to tie it into how it still affects us today.
Absolutely. Yeah, I never knew the story. And it was a real story. And what was it? The something house? I forget the name of the house, but so long ago. But anyways, the history of when slave owners were able to bring their slaves to California. California was a free state, so even though it was a free state, when your slave came, they had to stay at this certain hotel here in Sacramento. And it was actually over by the K Street Bridge. Yeah. That's where it was originally built. And so for her to tell this story of the guy that was brought here and then end up being free, being free at the end, and the Supreme Court overruling all this, never knew that. Yeah. Never knew Sacramento had a history like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's not only a dramatic movie though. There was some comedic stuff in there too. You had to wear the BBL in that thing.
Oh my God.
What was that? I want to ask because I was like, what was that like when she just showed you this stuff? So if y'all don't know, like watching the movie, she had to wear this fake BBL to represent because she was playing a reality.
It was she was like a social media star, and Misha had an idea of how she would look. So and I remember during the audition, one thing she wanted me to do was turn around. And unfortunately, my BBL, my ass was not that big. Sorry, I don't mean to curse, but wasn't that big. She had this huge pillow thing that was wrapped around me, and I remember trying to forget to wear it, and she'd be like, "Oh no, we gotta put that on." It was absolutely hilarious. And then this jumper that was underneath it, but that was Sarah.
That was Sarah.
Sarah. That was Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had that blue jacket. I still wear that to the day. I still wear that to this day. I wear that to this day. Yeah. I tell everybody the story of it. Yeah.
Of the jacket. I remember the dresses that she had. I wanted to keep some of the dresses that they were really nice. But he was like, he played my man, and he was for, you were conservative.
I was conservative.
He was a conservative rapper, artist, and I was like not for it. But
like Snoop Dogg.
He was like Snoop Dogg, absolutely, right. He was like Snoop Dogg, and I wasn't having it. So it was funny how the character progressed from at the beginning. She's like this ignorant kind of social media, don't care about world events, politics, and then along towards the end of the movie, she kind of gets it and understand what's going on in the world. Yeah.
No, nice. And then like I said, so that movie went to the place called Sacramento Film Festival.
Yes.
Was that your first time going to that film festival?
No, the first time I went to that film festival, I was doing a film with, oh my gosh, Dwight Taylor.
Oh, shout out to Dwight.
Shout
out to Dwight. Was it a horror movie?
It was, I bet it was a horror movie.
I know it was a horror movie.
It was, and it was all kid cast.
Was it The Doll?
No, this one was, oh gosh, Matt Genius. Matt Genius was the name. First time I did a film in Sacramento. I was what do you call them when it's an extra, but they want to make it seem really special?
Oh, featured extra? A featured extra?
I was a featured extra. I was one of the ghouls. And actually, he won awards for that. The two kids in the film won Best Kid. Both of them won awards at a place called Sacramento. He did really good. Yeah. And come to find out, he's like this super talented kid that's been working since he was like toddler or whatever. Like he grew up in a business, and he's really talented and doing big things in LA now.
Nice. Who was that?
Dwight.
Oh yeah.
Dwight.
Dwight's down there. Yeah. Shout out to Dwight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing big things.
Yeah. Oh, what movie was it that I did with Dwight? It was Pressure. I can't remember, but it was something about like some high school shooting or something like that. It was. I was like, he's like, this is true to me. I was like, all right, man.
Dude, we shot at a school. We shot at a school in dang, I think it was over on Florin or somewhere. And that's where we shot the whole film at. And we had access to the school. It was hot. It was summertime.
Yeah.
They got makeup artists. They got stuff on our face. I mean, it was like I didn't know who he was. And after that, I knew exactly who he was. Like he's a big deal.
No, shout out to Dwight. Shout out to Dwight down in LA, making us all proud of
Yes, absolutely.
Sacramento show. And then now it goes, so we went to, but the PCS, that was your first time like being like the lead then? That was the first. Well, no, because I had a film with called Transplanted, and it was Betsy Bynum. She wrote and directed that one, and that was right before I did this film, and I was one of the supporting cast. I was the neighborly neighbor, and that was a really good film that Betsy wrote and directed. And then this one was one where I was actually a lead. That was my first lead here in Sacramento in the film. And that was exciting. I thought she would have won. I thought she did really good. I don't think they was ready for that heavier stuff.
I don't think so either. I thought it was good. I really thought she was going to win for that film.
And you know what was dope though? Is she made, like, people don't understand, like, she made 2 movies.
She did. That's right.
She made 2 movies.
She sure did.
She made 2 movies. She made like as a matter of fact, because the one that we ended up showing, I was like, we made that in a day.
Yeah.
Like, we made, not even a day. We made that in a couple of hours.
Oh my God.
We made that in a couple of hours.
That's funny. Yeah. It was a feature length, remember? Because remember, she found out that she didn't own that film. And remember, she wasn't able to submit it to other film festivals. Yeah. And she was like, I remember her saying, I'm not doing that. So we're going to have two versions of it. Yeah. So Misha, shout out to you, Misha.
She did the original. She did the remix right there
she did,
too.
She did the remix. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were shooting different scenes, one for the feature length, one for the short film. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Cool. And then, so what has you? So I didn't know you've been had previous experience like working like the PCS and stuff like that. What has been your experience like being an actress up here in Sacramento?
Well, what I love about acting in Sacramento is the community, because I'm originally from Portland, Oregon. So I started my acting career there. And so coming here, I didn't think I wanted to get back into acting. And when I did, the community was very welcoming. I mean, I can't think of the name of the film festival or whatever the group was that I joined. The one that we used to have the meetings at the bookstore.
Marty stuff, the California
Film Festival. There we go. So sorry. California Film Festival. Martin Anaya. He was so helpful. He guided me along the way. That's why I started going to the meetings to kind of understand what the community was about. I went to different events and I loved it. I thought it was really good. Yeah. I got a lot of different roles with stat casting. That was really huge to me when everyone's like, go in stat casting. It was a great experience. It was really good.
That's good. That's good. Because I think that's the main thing that you take away from being up here is you have the opportunity where people will help you grow, like with like your resume, all these types of things. Being able to become like, if you want to take it that far, like to be a member like SAG and stuff like that. I mean, you're not going to get like those like A-list leading type roles that you know everybody. You know, of course, everybody wants and aspires to want to get it, stuff like that. But if you're just talking about just the point blank point of getting your SAG card, I'm all like, it's so easy to get up here because the people like they're like it's so community driven where they're like, that's what they're trying to do. We're just trying to build a community of SAG actors or whatever it may be, and then everybody's, for the most part, everybody supports each other as long as they're whatever it is that they do doesn't intersect or intercross. I'm being nice, but it's very true. It's very true. No, it's all we can be.
Some
people don't get along up in this.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They really don't. And I, you see that. I mean, listen, you see the ones that are there all the time, and that's going to get that part, that movie, working with that casting director all the time. Like I figured it out, and it is true. Like, if you want your SAG card, they can help you do that. But I found that the way I approach things were, I'm going to do it myself. I like working independent because I don't have to worry about, I can't work on this film because it's SAG or whatever. So I kind of enjoyed the independence. But when I started out, I was trying to be that girl. I wanted to be SAG. I wanted to be like, Hollywood, all that. And then you realize, okay, that is probably not going to happen. Like it takes a lot to make that happen. And you know what I mean? And if you're not in the right crowds or the right groups, I mean, I joined certain casting, agencies around, and you realize that as many meetings as I go to, as many group events that you go to, it's not happening.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not happening, but like, it's a weird thing that like, it's not happening, but you still, that's how people up here love it though.
Yes.
Because like, you get to the point of the reality of the situation is where you like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a dream killer.
No,
but it's a reality of the situation to where you gotta that independence and stuff like that, like being able to with this setup right here, I'm able to have like my own like production company and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I got the light guy right here. I got the guy operating the camera right here. You know what's going on, Josh?
No, I agree with you. I love that because my thing was, after a while, I did a lot of like, the Office videos, stuff like that. When I first started out, I'd be so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this Office video, and it was just a bunch of skits. But what I got from it was it helped me to work on camera. It helped me, I pull the positives out of it.
Yeah.
But after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to make my own opportunities here. And that's exactly how I approached it. I was like, got an opportunity to do a podcast. Didn't know what that was. Thought it was a joke podcast, really. And when I first started doing it, I was just, this is a lot of fun. And then when I realized, like, wait, I can take this and make this my own thing, find my own lane that works out. And that's the lane that I got in, and it worked out. And here we are, you know. But I still go on different calls, I just redefine what I'm doing. Like, I won't do too many short films. I'm not going to do a lot of auditioning. I tend to go for things that are more commercial work. And that has helped out more.
But that's what's up here.
Commercial,
that's what's up here. And you're going to get work like that.
Oh, absolutely,
and get paid.
You're
going to get paid. You're not. It's not going to be something like, it's going to go to your whole family's gonna see on the big screen or something like that.
No.
But you know what? My bill got paid.
Yeah, no, commercial work,
industrial work.
Yes.
I'm all like, okay,
there
whatever. I guess so. Yeah, I guess I did Zoomies. I did Zoomies training.
Oh, did you?
Like
okay.
that was one of my very first like acting jobs. I think was doing like Zoomies training video. I did training video out at Apple, like Apple's headquarters. Over sitting at a table just like this, and like there was some old dude like sitting next to me, and he was talking to like this other group of people, just talking about like his stage presence and how he like likes to tell jokes on stage. And I'm over thinking he's a stand-up comedian. I was like, oh, okay, you tell jokes, I tell jokes too. And then everybody just looked at me hella weird and shit. And then they got up there like, you know who the fuck that was? I was like, no, who was that? They was like, that was Warren Buffett. I was like, oh.
Wow.
My bad.
Wow.
But these are the opportunities that come like with these things, stuff like that, where like you just being on a film set, like you never know what's gonna happen. Like once you strip yourself of the ego and really understand what is up here, there's so many opportunities and blessings to where it's all like you don't gotta be like famous to the whole world, but like you doing what you're doing, everybody in your world thinks you're famous. Knows you're famous. You know what I mean?
For real.
Like, and that's all you need.
Yep, that's how I mean the when I was like being realistic with myself. And I'm like, okay, Ross, spending a lot of time on these sets. You're doing a lot of short films. You can be in that short film world, but I'm not trying to do that. So I'm like, okay, let me think. I'm going to start going for more commercial work. That's what I'm going to go for. And that's what I did. I did a lot of the campaign for California, the heat campaign. That was a big deal. Didn't realize that was huge. Right up the street. Got paid for that. The Sacramento International Airport one. Got that one. Got that one.
And, I would see that. Like every time I like open up like an app or something, that thing pop up. I'm like, oh my God.
I didn't even know. When I saw yours, I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. So I went to their page. I'm looking. It'd been up, and I didn't even know it'd been up. It'd been playing. Didn't know. So I stick to that. And it's in and out work. It's only one day. You get paid. It's a commercial, and you're done. So that's what I do. I do more of that type of work, and that's how I got this latest gig that I'm on.
I'll talk about that in a second. I want to talk about like the path that you took and compared to the other path, like with me, like joining like the Screen Actors Guild and all that type of stuff. It's really more beneficial to do the commercial work. Like I said, like you chase the whole aspect of fame and stuff like that. But then like once you reach the past, but in the past 4 years, we've had the pandemic shut us down and shut down everything.
Yes, absolutely.
We've had 2 strikes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We just had Hollywood burned down. Burned everybody down there in LA and stuff all like that. But I was just all like, and that's the stuff that's funneling all the SAG work up here and stuff. And where I'm all like, get back into doing this industrial. You know what I mean? I was like, is anybody from SAG really going to watch this training video?
Right. No, for real.
I was like,
And the training videos, like I said, that was the first ones. They had it's so crazy because the first ones I did was in Rancho, and they had this whole business complex that was not a working business complex, bunch of offices. And I would go there like maybe once every other week. They call me back. And they have these scenarios, say you're, sexual harassment, and different office videos. And I would do a lot of those, just industrial videos. And it was in and out, and it was great. Met a lot of people. But at that point, I was still like, no, I'm an actress. I want to be an actress. I want to be Hollywood. I want to be. So I wasn't giving it up. And, I would stress myself out to the point where I'm like, I think I quit so many times. I tell my husband, I can't do this anymore. Like it's ridiculous. And you go through that. And I'm just, you try to find your lane, and I found my lane, So, I'll jump in. I did a lot of extra work, when I first got here, a lot of extra work, which is help out the community. That's what I like about Sacramento. If someone's trying to shoot a student film, I tell people jump on those, it helps you on set. Plus it gets you out there. But like you said, that A-lister type of stuff, it's hard work. It's hard work. It's hard
It's a
work.
lot of work.
It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
It goes so much far beyond like just the whole idea of like, I don't know, like from like my experience from being on the news, it's like to like say back when I was like doing like short films and all these types of things like that. I was all like, I have no idea what the hell I was thinking, man.
Right.
Like I was like I think the one like the aha moment that I had, because like when I first got like the SAG car. Okay, now I'm doing background work in these SAG movies. I'm over here on Venom and all these types of things. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, wow, look at all this going on and stuff like that. But it was once I got to be the stand-in. On what movie was it? It was either Dirt. Well, just do a stand-in in Europe, but it's probably Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Okay.
And being able to see like Jonathan Majors, like in like that whole, because I was his stand-in, so basically I had to be by him, so basically I had to be by him for the whole entire month, the whole entire 5 weeks that we're filming this movie and stuff like that. So talking to him and hearing his journey of like, from going to the school and all these types of things, all that, and I'm all like, and then getting the agents and all this type of stuff, and then because his kind of like his big break was like do a Lovecraft Country for like HBO. But like I was standing right next to him when he had found out that he had got that booking. You know what I'm saying? And so now I know he has all these people like PR people, agents, managers, representation, and stuff like that. And I like seeing all these things that like all these moving pieces that it takes. Just to get there, and I'm all like, damn, we the same age,
right? Right.
I'm all like, and not like the age, but I'm like I'm like, there's still so much that I'm like, the so we've probably been doing it for the same amount of time, but like I said, seeing all the things all the moving parts that it takes in order to even just to get to that point, it's way more than just a fucking dream. It's way more than just a dream.
No, for real, and the hours on set, being on a professional set, the hours that you're on that set.
15-hour days, 16-hour days.
Gosh, yes.
And moving parts, scripts is changing, not only that, but now you may think that it's cool, but like, say, oh, I'm on this movie set, but like that's your entire life for like however time it is. So even like once you wrap, it's not like, we're going out to parties. Like I'm back to what is I just did a 16-hour day. Where the hell am I about to go besides the bed? But I got to study these lines for the next day because we do script scene by scene by scene, or whatever, however it is your process is of learning the scene, learning your dialogue, stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure the easiest way to learn it is, learn it that night, so that way you take it with you fresh in the morning. You're not going to want to remember a whole like 120 page, and then try to remember every line.
No.
But like, it's a lot. Many, and then not only that, but then like once you do like reach that point of being on like TV and everybody has that view and that perception of you, to where now like wherever I go, I kind of have to be be like this. Like if I'm a comedian, everybody's gonna want to see me like. And maybe they might not be. Maybe they might not. But maybe they're like, man, I'm not trying to hear these fucking jokes. But in my mind, I'm like, I gotta be like,
I think, because I mean, if you look at certain people, like for instance, King of Queens, the guy that played Doug Heffernan. Every movie that he's in, he's Doug Heffernan. He's even when he's trying not to be, he's typecast to play Doug Heffernan. It paid off, but still, do you want to play that same character
And then when he strays away from it, everybody looks like because I know you're talking about like the Kevin James dude or whatever. He had some indie movie where he played like a Nazi or whatever. So
really?
Like, shaved head and everything, or something like that. And like, but it was such a far departure. Like nobody would want to hear about it.
I didn't even know.
Nobody would ever want to hear about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he probably did it's just a break from.
So he's not, because he's Doug Heffernan. I mean, any movies, Doug Heffernan, just like the girl that played Carrie. She plays that same part. And even the J-Lo movie that she did, she was Carrie. So you do get typecast, and people want you to still be that person. All the time, even when I'm not on camera. Even they want me at the grocery store. They be all like, they're like, hey Kevin, do that meme. Right. Do that meme, Kevin. That's good.
Or even like just like from an actor standpoint, like it's like, man, do I gotta make sure like I'm everywhere going like presentable? I gotta be like, this whole like, or like the thing that used to get me all the time is like when I would do like. It's more so just an ego thing. But even like I would do background work for like a commercial, like I might get like 0.5 seconds of camera time. I'm over looking and stuff like this. This motherfucker just see me on TV. This motherfucker see me on TV.
Right,
like that little bit of paranoia.
You're hoping that
you're
you
literally
get,
hoping that.
yes.
And then it's always because all black people look like somebody goes like, hey man, you're. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Buddy. Like, no, you're Tyler the Creator, ain't you? I'm like, oh
my gosh, I bet you get that a lot.
I get almost everything. I get almost everything but me.
Do you?
No. Somebody called me Lamorne Morris the other day from a New Girl. Yeah, I've gotten Tyler when I had my locks in.
Okay.
All the way down. My
Did you have locks?
Yeah, people was calling me Wiz Khalifa.
Really? I can see that. I can see that.
And I had my Mexican partner, Tio, and he big Mexican dude. So people would see us like walk in there, they'd be like, "That's motherfucking Wiz Khalifa, Burner," and stuff like that. Whatever.
Burner.
We
I can see that. I can definitely see. Yeah, I can
Mm-hmm.
see that. Definitely Tyler the Creator. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Spike Lee a little bit too.
When I have the glasses in, I have a stand-up joke about that. Like with the when I have my glasses on, like I got to get a new pair of glasses. But next pair of glasses I get, full Spike Lee style and stuff like that. I don't
Spike Lee.
All the way, because I even got a bit. I even got a bit about that. Like like no, because it used to happen. Like this was a super awkward situation. Like where I was working on a movie or whatever, and you know, like we all got to be up in the changing room or whatever, stuff like that. So I'm over like getting changed into, and the way anybody knows, like the way they have the changing room is like it's just a tent. It's just a tent. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody, all the background actors, we're all just up in here, but we're just changing and stuff all like that. So I'm over here trying to change it to my tuxedo. There's just this background actor or whatever, and he's just looking at me the whole time, and he's just like looking at me, you know, and I was like, "What the fuck, you, bro? I'm changing." Like,
right.
Man, like, leave me alone. And he's all like, "Spike." It's like Spike Lee.
Yep.
I'm like, no. He's like, he's like, man, I thought Spike Lee was doing background work at first. I was like, no, it's not me.
Yep, I see. Especially when you came to the studio and you had your glasses on and everything. Yeah.
Definitely with the glasses on. Full Spike Lee mode.
Yeah.
I'll be in my director bag lately too and shit like that. So I'll be on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you the short if you got time.
Please.
After we wrap up, I'll show you the short film I directed and stuff like that.
Nice, buddy. Dang.
Thank you. So let's get back to like working back up here.
Okay.
Sacramento.
Yes.
I don't know if we can talk about it, but you like the hand?
Okay.
Okay.
No, I talked to them. Yeah, they're cool.
Okay, cool.
I wanted to make sure they were
okay, cool. Yeah. So you recently just got is it contract work?
Yeah, so it's contract work. It's I started out as a hand model. Shout out to Fathom. Well, it used to be Fathom, now it's DM Studios here in Sacramento. They're doing big things. And it was a call on SAT casting, like I said. It was for a hand model. Had the addition was basically, please don't, no long nails, no tattoos. Did the interview with them, and they called me back that next day and was like, we'd like for you, to book you. So I showed up at the set, and it's toy play, it's stop and go animation, what they're doing there. And so I walk in, and it's toys everywhere. And I'm not quite knowing what I got myself into, and I go to one at a stage, and so this company does like they get contracts from like Viacom or from Netflix or whoever, and if there's a film, they cut a short out of that film, and we animate that with toys. And who knew that this was a big thing? Because kids that play with toys now, they like to watch the show. As they like to watch the show and play with the toys at the same time. They like to watch you play with the toys as they watch the real episode. So the episode's in a corner, and our, thing is on a big screen. So it was an episode of Paw Patrol, and I get on set, and they're like, and they built these massive sets. So everything that's in the episode, we have to build to make sure the set looks exactly the same. So they give us the toys that we need, and you're just moving around stuff, but it's being recorded, and it's amazing what they do. 6 months later, I'm still there, and I'm a production assistant now. So
dope.
it's a lot of fun. They're doing big things, and it's dope. Yeah.
That's the other thing that I was gonna say too. Like just being a head model and stuff like that. It's
oh my.
It's like such the cheesiest like fun like. It's so weird to describe just how fun it is being a head, especially when it's weird thing to say like being a good head model,
right?
But like when you grab the cookie, and they're like, oh my god,
right,
look at that, like, that was perfect. I'm like,
they're like, wonderful job, Rossie, that was so good, and Do you lotion up?
Hey, you lotion up. You be looking.
Oh my God, lotion.
I'll be like every time I wrap up with hand bottle, I'm looking at myself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right?
I guess he's just alright.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know. Yeah. And after that, I'm like, shoot, got scrubbing my hands, lotion all the time. As soon as I get on set, making sure my hands are clean, lotion, nails cut.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole lifestyle.
Thing. It really is.
It's like that movie Zoolander or whatever. I was talking about that the other day. He's all like, you gotta get those things in a shirt now.
Right.
Get a hyperbolic time chamber to keep these things I might be 80, but these hands are still gonna look 30.
I was watching an episode of Seinfeld, and there was one of the episodes, George Costanza, someone said he had really nice hands, so they tell him he could be a hand model. So he's like looking at his hands. He's wearing these oven mitts so that nothing happens to his hands. He gets backstage at something. There's an iron and someone trips him and he falls forward and burns his hands on the iron, and that's pretty much it. So I was telling people it's kind of like that. It's kind of funny because you don't realize
you can't do that.
You want to make sure that your hands are good.
Yeah. I'm like, I just really be smoking weed. I just be rolling blunts with these things. And I'm like, if you say these are worth $1 million, I guess.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And then, so how was it now being a production assistant? Because I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize is up here in Northern California, that's where the career work is.
Yes.
Behind the camera.
Yes.
I mean, being in front of the camera is cool and stuff.
Great.
That attention
it's great.
Yeah, it does a lot for you, but that being behind the camera, production assistant work, being able to move up to whatever department it is that you want. You have the opportunity, because nothing here. You could go to film school, but I don't really think anything here is like once you get it, once you get into a position where you're production assistant, you're like, I am at film school.
Yeah,
now.
right. I'm on the job training. I'm interning. You know what I mean? And so with the production assistant, there's a lot that goes to it, because I have to make sure that these little characters that I'm, getting ready for stage, that if I need to dow them, put something on them so that maybe there's a scene with Netflix is really, they don't like to see a lot of hands. We did Hot Wheels. So with Hot Wheels, they don't want to see a lot of hands. You got to be creative. So thank goodness there's a director on set, and so we had magnets so that we can move the toys around. And so if you're doing Hot Wheels and they have a company, Mattel, it's not just Netflix, it's someone else's, IP or whatever you want to call it, right? So you have to respect that. So certain cars that the company gives us, you want to make sure that the hands aren't seen. So that was the first time that I was taught how to use magnets, long sticks with magnets glued to the end. And so they give us the whole track too. So then you put them under the track, make the cars move. And it's just for maybe a 2-minute short, but it blows up when it gets online. Kids love it. So learning that. But what I do is make sure the characters get to set. Make sure if I need to put a dowel on them, I put a dowel on them to get them for a water scene. Like today we wrapped on a water scene. Water scenes are really hard to do. But Viacom loves slime and water for the kids to see. It's a whole situation. And so you're figuring out, how do I dowel this thing to this to make this work? So doing that now. So I'll hand model, plus I'll take care of the characters and make sure that they're ready for set.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I go to work and play with toys all day. Yeah.
Big kids.
And get paid for it.
And get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's always lovely thing, just to go for being a big kid. That's what acting is.
It's great. And everyone's so creative. These people are talented.
Hey,
they are talented. Oh my gosh.
The energy that be on the movie set when everybody's working, everybody knows what their role is, their job is, and nobody's job steps on anybody else's job. But as long as, you know what I'm saying, but it's all such a moving part.
It's great.
And as long as there's good craft service on set.
Oh my God, dude. These people we have a kitchen.
Yeah, see.
We have a stove, a refrigerator. We have everything in the studio. There's a person that takes care of buying all our food. So you put things that you want on the board. This company, DM is amazing. I'm working for some amazing people.
And see, that's the thing too with when people say you want to join SAG, because being SAG is very professional.
Right.
But it really doesn't matter. No. You know what I'm saying? It's professional is professional.
Yes.
And so you can get the same experience being SAG.
Yes.
Working on a non-union
job,
being treated like how you expect.
Oh yeah, great. I mean, I've never worked with people and worked on a set where people care about you, you know? I mean, everyone's good, but on this set in particular, it's just the people that I work with. I'm looking forward to going to work every morning. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And how do you go into a place where you're getting ready to do toy play and film to where you're angry or upset? You know what I mean? And it's, you know, it's toy play, but it's a serious thing. We have clients. We have to make sure there's a deadline, you know, to get the production done and wrapped up. So everyone plays their parts, and it's just great. I'm so happy that I'm there. I love this company.
Nice.
Shout out to DM Studios.
Shout out to DM Studios.
Yes.
Show. So now let's get into the world of podcasting.
Our new thing.
How long you been doing podcasting
for? Let's see. I've probably been doing podcasting for, we'll say 3 years. Okay. We'll say 3 years, maybe 4 years, but I'll give it a good 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, 3 years. And so, name of the podcast that you do yourself is called Rossie's Clubhouse. I'll put it up there for people to see right now.
Yes.
Yeah, Rossie's Clubhouse, a Sacramento-based podcast.
Yes.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Show sound effects.
I love the sound effects.
Thank you. You can add it into the thing. You can put it in there. Whoop, 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 whoop. So how long you been doing? I was on Rossie's Clubhouse.
Yeah, you were.
I was on it.
Gosh, first guest. So excited, so nervous. Is he gonna respond back to me? Please say Buddy's gonna come through. And we just figured out that was a year and a half ago. So and that's when I started Rossie's Clubhouse about a year and a half ago. And thanks to you, I have to say, you had this networking event. And so, and I remember you used to do that every third or fourth Wednesday of the month, something like that.
Yeah.
DJ, cameras, backdrop, I mean, drinks, I mean, everyone showed up. Remember? It was great.
We had SAG up there.
Yeah,
I was like, that's right. That's the only place you would go when you would see like a SAG banner, and you know somebody giving out information about SAG, and then right next to you, you could order a shot of Hennessy.
Yeah, right. No, seriously. DJ's playing your favorite
DJ
song.
just set it up with some motherfucking
red carpet. I mean, it was. Yeah. It was great, and oh my gosh, yes, it was great. It was really good, and I met Zach, who had the studio, and he was there, new in town. I remember he showed up, and we ended up talking. I remember we talked for a long time, and after that, he had called me up and was like, "Hey, I saw your show, Movie Lovers Unite. What will it take for me to get you to leave them? Come with me and let's do something." Well, not gonna leave Movie Lovers Unite, but we could do our own project. And so that's how I hooked up with Zach, and he had a studio. And I remember we didn't know what we were gonna do, so the first one was like, "Oh, I'll just do movie reviews," because we were I didn't know. And I remember Yum's Awkward came in, and when he came in after we did that interview, we was like, "That's it. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to do interviews." And thank you, Yum's Awkward, for giving us direction. And so the show popped off like that. I think Zach and I were together for, I don't know, maybe 6-7 months. Yeah. And he got his thing going, and I took the show and just put it online, added it to, all major, podcasting platforms. And yeah.
So how is it with interviewing people? What is your process like? You very let me take notes, make sure I hit all these talking points.
At first I wanted to do that. And I remember Zach and I would go back and forth because he was like, let's have a conversation. But if you've never done interviews, you don't, you know what I mean? To me, I wanted to come and make sure I knew everything that you did.
Yeah.
And so I know something about you. So my process is to, if I'm interviewing an artist with music, like a rap artist or an R&B artist, I'll listen to their music for about a week. And then the day of the interview, that's all I'm doing is listen to your music all morning long. I'm finding out things about you. I want to know every album that you did when you first started so that I know the artist. And then I'll just think of questions to ask, things that are interesting that I want to know. But I do a lot of research into how to interview, what are good questions to ask that kind of give me a guideline and go off from that. And then from there, we have a conversation. Yeah.
I noticed that because when I left your podcast or whatever, I was just walking by, I got like Oprah. I like it's not like she knew anything about me, but like she was able to get so much information out of me. I was like, cause one thing I always talk about is like I don't really try to talk about like like family or anything like that to that point of view. But I was all like, you just got me open. I was all like, whoop, 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 and this, and I was all like,
you were great.
I was like, she got me open. I was like, all right, cool.
You were great. I'll never forget the funniest thing that you said is I asked you about heckling.
That was got me in trouble.
Oh my God! And you said your dad. Your dad. And I remember that was so funny because you were just great. You turned it into like a comedy act. You know?
Yeah. My mom called me up too, so like, I know, I'm sorry. So I was like, well, stop breaking them.
That was great. Yeah. That was great.
But no, that was dope. I'm glad to see it's still growing, Steve. I saw you had Shelly, and then you had
Shelly K. Booker. Saw her on your show.
Shelly's super cool.
I saw her on your show, and she was so funny. And I reached out to her, and she was just great. She gave me this whole bio and told, of course it was, I love Buddy. He's great. Da da da. And she came on the show, and we're like really good friends. We actually were. Working on a podcast together that we wanted to do.
Oh.
And it was.
I think that would be cool.
We had meetings on it. We did. We would do Zoom calls on it. But what ended up happening was Shelly's really busy. Shelly has. I mean, seriously, Shelly's a teacher on set. She does this. We haven't had time, and she's like, I know we're still. I'm like, Shelly, I know. Because I got busy too. But we were gonna work together, and I've gone to her shows. Shelly's just great, but she is busy and she's funny as hell.
She messaged me just to catch up with me or whatever. I'm like, just chill. It's like, what you up to? She's like, oh, just over here hanging out with Scarlett Johansson on the set of Jurassic World. I'm like,
That's right. Yeah.
What are you talking about right now? Like, leave me alone. Like, go work.
Yeah, she's like,
hey,
just to let you know, I'm gonna be in England for a while. I'm going overseas, and I'm gonna be working on a film, Jurassic World. We're shooting over there, and I'm like, do your thing, Shelly. You know, she's like, so the podcast thing. I'm like, girl,
do your thing.
And she's busy. She's busy, and she helps out a lot too. She'll give me some pointers, and she also is like, you should be working on sets as a production assistant. You should be doing this. And then I end up doing it. And I remember hitting her up and saying, I did it. She's like, you should. I'm so happy for you. That's great. So love you, Shelly. Love you.
Yeah. Shout out to Shelly. And then you also have the podcast Movie Lovers Unite.
Yes. Shout out to John DeGregorio. He's the host of Movie Lovers Unite. He's had this podcast. Gosh, I think he said for 6 years before I came along. And we do movie reviews. We do interviews. Shout out to Matt Barnes. Thank you so much for giving us that interview. That was the highlight of the show. But yeah, John is great. And we've been working together for about 3 years. And I started out as just someone that just came on the show, just as a guest, moved up to doing co-host. And thanks to him, he's the one that was like, you need to have your own segment. So we did the spinoff Rossie Talks, and so that's with Movie Lovers Unite, and that's the other one that I do, and just absolutely.
And so, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I also want to say shout out to Dawn Tucker, to Jason Nichols, to Elijah Barquist. They're my co-hosts for our video game segment, and you guys will be seeing that soon.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
So with Movie Lovers Unite, that's more of a collaborative. Not necessarily not that Ross's Clubhouse wasn't, but as far as like being in front of the camera, it's more of a collaborative.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you like pros and cons that you've taken away from being like collaborative, but then also basically like doing
being
it
on my own? Let's see. I enjoyed having someone there with me. I felt safe with John. I felt comfortable with John. I didn't know if I could sit by myself. I was really scared about sitting by myself. And I remember the first time I did that was the spinoff Rossie Talks. And if you go back and see the first, show that I did, the first couple of shows that I did reviewing a couple of movies, I sped through that so fast. I was talking so fast. I was trying to get done because I was trying to get off camera. I didn't know if I could do it. So that was the thing, was I enjoy that I have a network of people that works with me. And shout out to Unfiltered Studios. That's a network that we're under. And so this it's a network that has a lot of podcasts under them. So we're with them. And so, but John and I are, our thing. We just under them, and it's great to have a network of people where if I needed anything or whatever, they can help me out with that. With Rossie's Clubhouse, it's me. It's me by myself. John does produce sometimes. I credit him as a director at times, but that's me sitting there doing this. I look for the talent, and they still help me out. Like they'll do the shorts for me. They still do all of that for me. Editing, they do all that for me. I just find the artist, and I sit there and direct the show myself, and will produce myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're able to take elements from both.
Yeah,
basically,
absolutely.
you get the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
You're able to take the cons away from each one, and then just take all the pros and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I saw like the movie Lovers United was number one.
Yeah, we're let's see, this week we are number 1 in TV and film review, number 5 in film review, and so that was the latest numbers on Good Pods.
Okay.
So yeah, we tend to stay up in the top 10, but we hit that number 1, number 3, so much, so we have good content. People enjoy the interaction between John and I, plus we network with other podcasts. So like if I'm busy with Rossie's Clubhouse, John has other people that he can network in that can fill in for me, or he'll do, something with some friends that he has, So we have a group that we will work with. So that if I'm not there, he has someone that he can still sit with. Okay. But we just have to make sure, because we're sponsored now. We make sure that at least we sit together at least 2 times a month. That people can see us together because they love for us to be together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the sponsorship.
Thank you.
So what was, I don't know if you dive into that too much, but like, what was that process like from growing the podcast for now being able to have sponsorship? Because that's one of the things with so many podcasts out there nowadays. It's like, how do I monetize it? How do I sponsor? Of course, it's fun just sitting down here, talking to people, doing whatever it is that you want to do, but eventually you do want to get to that.
Of course, you want
monetization.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you work for that. It's great. I mean, we've come a long way. I mean, to where we didn't have any sponsors, and then we'd get, one sponsor, and it didn't last that long. One thing I do want to say is people think that you have to have a certain number of followers, or you have to have a certain number of people that watch your show. It's not quite like that. If you have a good show and your name is out there, like we were able to get Movie Lovers out there, people will invest in you. Matt Barnes is not going to come sit with us. Just, you know what I mean? It's something that goes, that where they've seen us interview other people, and then we can get an interview like that. But those things help. Having him on the show helps. People want to, invest in us and, give us sponsorship. But it took a long time. It took years to get a steady sponsorship that we have now. It's a climb. It's in YouTube. You have to have a certain amount of hours that you have to even
and
consistently. You have to consistently have that. So it's a climb, but it's doable. And especially if you're good and you have steady content. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Definitely.
Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So what we're gonna do right here now is play a game that I like to call the Mount Rushmore. Well, people don't know about you because I say you multi-talented. You do so much from the hand modeling, the acting, producing, the podcasting, multiple podcasting. But what people don't know about you is that you're a secret. I don't know if it's a secret or not, but you're a gamer.
Oh gosh, I'm a huge gamer.
Huge gamer. Okay.
Yes.
So for this special edition of the Mount Rushmore, Okay, cool. So for this edition of the Mount Rushmore, we're gonna do your top 4 video game genres.
Okay. All right. I love horror. I love shooters. I love role-playing games, and I guess action games would kind of be like shooters. So action games. Okay. Those are my 4 favorites. So I'm pretty much across the board.
Okay.
I don't mind online games, but I'm more of a single-player gamer until I discovered The Division 2. And when I discovered that and realized, I was like, I'd go to the game store and I'm like, it's online. I don't want to play online. The last time I played online was Call of Duty, and every time I would respawn, they shoot me in the head. I'd respawn, they shoot me in the head. I'm not trying to do that. But this game was so good. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I fell in love with playing it online. Met met a guy that I play online with, and he helped me throughout the whole game because I was kind of levels below him. And we'd sit up and be 1 a.m. and we just tackle this map. And it's such a fun game. So that's the only game I will play online. Okay,
cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna do another Mount Rushmore. Just okay. We did that. So we'll do your top 4 video game consoles.
Okay. Oh gosh. PlayStation is that's where I play on. That's mine. I love PlayStation. I was like a kid in a candy store when Christmas came, and I was presented with the PlayStation 5 that I begged for years to have. Yeah. So I love the PlayStation 5. Let's see, the PlayStation 2 was really good. I thought that was a good console when that came out. The GameCube's great. You know, there's not too many games that I played on the GameCube, but there was 2, and they were the best games. I couldn't believe that Nintendo had these type of games, but they were great. Oh, Dreamcast, and then of course Xbox.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I was definitely an Xbox growing up.
Okay.
I had the Xbox 360, and they had the Death Ring, the red Death Ring.
Oh my! I was like, that? Did you get the Death Ring?
Oh my word! Especially when you come home from school fresh off the bus,
you know, when I'm about
to play me some Halo,
right?
And then you press that thing. I'm like,
yes. Oh my gosh! My kid loved the Xbox, and I remember when he got the Death Ring, and I remember being pissed because I'm thinking, what did you do to it? Like, Mom, no, it just happens. Yeah. But it happened to me too, and that was the worst thing about the 360 was the Death Ring. And I'm such a gamer. I remember panicking, just panicking.
You turn it off, bro.
Oh yeah.
Unplug it.
Right, unplug it. Yes, the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The only game, I played Halo, but I'm more like once I got NBA 2K. That was all I would play. I was more of a 2K guy. When online first started, being popular and stuff like that, I was killing them. I was like, if I knew there was a career in video games, I would have made me some bank.
I get you. Absolutely
NBA
get you.
2K.
I like the remember the arcadey basketball games that came out. I can't remember the name, but it spun off the rappers when they had the fighting games. Remember the rappers would come out. 50 Cent had this game, but they also had that fighting game. I can't think of it was Def Jam. Def Jam. Well, there was also an arcadey basketball game, and it was so much fun. I had a great time with that, and I think that was on a PlayStation 2. It was the best. They need to bring that back out. If I could just for the life of me remember.
It wasn't NBA Jam, was it?
NBA Jam.
Okay, yeah.
NBA Jam.
The 2-on-2, yeah.
Yes.
He's on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so fun. So fun. Yes.
NBA Jam. NBA Jam at the I think they should have it at the Coin Op in the old side.
Yeah, you can.
The downtown side.
Yeah, you can play them at the arcade, but at home, I remember we have those.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they would do these like with the big heads.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. NBA Jam. Thank you.
No worries. It's all good. That's what we're here for. Yeah. NBA Jam. Yeah. That's funny. Cool. So we go wrap up this here episode of the Yeah Buddy podcast. But before we do, is there anything else that you want to let the people know? Let them know what you got coming up.
Let's see. Yes, on Rossie's Clubhouse on January 27th, guys. We're not going to go live. We are going to start recording our episodes. So Misha DeSalle, who is a Sacramento writer, director, producer, that's the film. Yeah, Hidden in Plain Sight. She's going to be on a show on the 27th, and February 10th, LaShawn. He's a R&B artist. He's great. He's going to come on the show. And we have many more for you guys, so definitely.
So looking forward to seeing how much Rossie's Clubhouse grows.
Thank you.
Looking to see you continue to grow with Movie Lovers Unite.
Looking
forward to seeing the bands, places. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Popping up more like ads and stuff all like that
for
the Sacramento airport commercial.
Like
I said, it's great to see. Just like I said, like from. You never know how it's gonna be when you show up on a movie set with somebody, co-star, actor, whatever it may be, because there's so many different types of, personalities or, what everybody's goals and intentions are with being on this project and stuff like that. So like I said, just being on the Hidden in Plain Sight, for that being my first experience working with you, getting to know you, stuff like that. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Same here.
Yeah, so I'm glad to call you a friend.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
And I'm glad after a year and a half. After almost a year and a half, I finally was able to get you on the podcast.
I'm so happy when you reached out. I was like, about time, buddy. You tried it 3 times.
3 times.
The storm. Then the second time something came up.
I think it was like traffic. It was like
it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. So I was so happy. I was like, making sure I was looking at my phone, like, okay, let me make sure we're gonna make this happen. Got off set, went home, got cleaned up, and was like, okay, this is gonna happen. We are on our way.
Yeah. We is here.
And you know, you got to come back out. Obviously, you got to do a catch up.
Oh, of course, we go. Yeah, we gonna catch up on some stuff. There's some stuff we didn't talk about here, but we gonna catch up.
Okay.
We gonna catch up. Yeah. So one more time, I'm gonna show everybody right here, Rossie's Clubhouse, Sacramento-based podcast. Go for where they follow it on YouTube, or where can I hear it?
You guys can follow me on YouTube, and you follow me on YouTube. I have an Instagram, McCree123hotmail.com, and I have a Facebook, but definitely YouTube, guys. Please go and subscribe.
Cool. That's right, y'all. And you go follow me at Buddy Entertainment everywhere. You go to yeahbuddyent.com to follow all my stand-up comedy, my video logs, the Yeah Buddy TV, and then and then all the episodes of the Yeah Buddy podcast, the Buddy Business podcast, and also have my episode of the episode that we did. I have that up there too.
Oh, do you have it? Nice. Good. Thank you. Yes. Good episode.
Go check out that episode. Yes. Go check out the episode of Rossie's Clubhouse with me.
Yes.
And then, like I said, you can follow the Yeah Buddy podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. My name has been Buddy Rahming, your host. This is Rossie.
Bye, guys.
And we are out, y'all. Deuces.